that thing's kind of sick. Wait a second. Oh yeah, I'll just I know Carpenter scores his own movies. So we're on the way to the Halloween school, so I'm just for fun listening to Carpenter just to get inspiration. Doesn't always work, but.
Find one?
Spot?
Yeah.
Maybe. Over the wall. Maybe over the wall up there, but it's too high still. Or maybe something over the wall that way. Well, I thought there was a thing over there, but this thing's kind of sick. A little tail drop rail. Oh, these are sunflower seeds from Ai Weiwei's exhibit, who is a Chinese artist. He had this city make, I forgot how many, 3 billion sunflower seeds, and my friend got them for me. But the frame's pretty shitty. I tried to make a frame for it. Shake. My friend pretty much gave me the Pepsi from Back to the Future, and they're like, hold on to it. It might be worth something someday. Because they bought a bunch, but I was like, all right. So I held on to that. The Energy Dome. I got it when we first started, me and Christina first started dating. This isn't that cool, but these are all my hats. But I've
Oh, no way.
always held on to them. I can't throw them away. But yeah, I do this weird shit. If you look at all these, I rip the patches off. This one's kind of gnarly, Dirty Harry. Astoria, I went there because the Goonies was filmed there. Hearst Castle, famous castle from Citizen Kane. Here's the Halloween patch. Check this one out. Rambo. Nothing is over. Snoqualmie Falls from Twin Peaks. I got this at the waterfall. Pretty sick. It's crazy. So much shit in my life revolves around movie things. It depends on days where I'm lurking. I'll probably go surf in the morning because I know I'm not gonna. Usually I don't skate when I lurk because it's just too gnarly or you just want to find as many things as possible. So I try to not skate on those days, but I'll surf in the morning. So wake up at 6:30.
What is that building, Tom?
Blade Runner. Blade Runner 2020. It's the sickest building. In Halloween, Michael Myers kind of just lurks this school. So I was just driving around the neighborhood right before it, and we found this little spot. Thought we'd hit it. That's pretty much the formula right there. I'm on my way to this school from the movie. Yeah, I kind of found this one before, probably a few months ago, but I was going to a completely different zone. But I remembered oh, if I ever come back here, there's a little pole jam line. Holy shit, dude. It is a school.
You haven't been here before?
No, I'm so stoked. I'm pretty sure Michael Myers stands right in front of that 3. And the kid gets out of school and he runs down these stairs and runs into his stomach. Yeah, that probably gets me so hyped to skate, more than anything, for some reason. Continuing our Michael Myers tour, we're at the bush that he stands next to and then walks behind. Just down the street from that bush that Myers walks behind, I think there might be something in this park we can go mess with, check it out. Too hot to skate right now. It's 90 degrees out, but this thing's right next to the Michael Myers bush, which is pretty sick. Just cool. Probably come back here. So cool.
You're not supposed to go up there.
Yes, I am.
That's smokehouse.
Just watch.
Never to go up there.
The house used to be down here. In the 70s, it was all the way down there, but then they moved it here to save it, which is pretty cool. So now I don't know what this place is, but we just went inside Michael Myers' house. I can't believe we just fucking went in there. I'm so stoked. Fucking never done that before. So like during the filming of New Balance video String Theory, Jordan and I would kind of like drive around and look for spots in this zone. And I realized somebody told me like, oh, Back to the Future is filmed in Pasadena. So we found this house, and this is the house George McFly lives in. And Marty McFly plays Van Halen on the Walkman to him and scares him. So like it reminded me like, what schools are around here? And I realized that this high school has the pole jam rails, so it was cool. Like that day I got to come and see the pole jam rails. But it's kind of one of those things, like it is a LA hotspot, but like to me this is like the Back to the Future handrail. That's for George McFly right there, and Marty for the future. I guess we're doing like a little skate video, and a big piece of it is in the garage. And I used to just joke around and say like, oh, I ride for this fake board company called Museum, and when I get kicked off, I'm gonna be put in the fossil exhibit. Just like we would say stupid stuff. So then my friend Chris would always say it as a joke, and then me and Matt kept talking about it, like let's do like a video, and like with the video will come like stickers or t-shirts or something, random accessories. I think I'm always into like things where people work really hard, but it shows up on camera for like 1 second. And you're like, they did all that. So we pretty much built this TV wall, but then like we're gonna take all these TVs out and put them in these cubes pretty much, and then they'll be like movable from spot to spot for B-roll. So today we're taking these TVs out and building boxes for them.
Every skate video kind of has, I don't know, like B-roll before tricks, whether it's like a throwdown or like a different angle, or like everyone kind of does that with like Super 8. And we just thought like if we're gonna make like a t-shirt company basically, we might as well like try and put as much thought into the B-roll and just make it kind of like its own thing, or like stand out in a certain way.
Is that the heaviest wall? That was a heavy little compartment. Your right is a...
Like that? Turned out fucking cool. It like actually shows up. I thought it would be janky, but it like looks fine right now. I think this stuff is cool, so hopefully somebody that gets us thinks it's cool, but it's always hard to like walk that line of like, is it too weird? After the front feeble. So sick, that noise. Yeah, I found this thing like a few years ago, and I guess like what to do on it was like the main thing, but I knew I wanted to skate it because Ed nose blended it in Welcome to Hell. I just came here one day with like the handsaw, and I just started taking the middle one out really slowly. Just came back like another day, and I was just trying to skate it by myself for a long time, figuring out like what to do. Just nose blending it, blend sliding it, and then I realized like try to mess with these bars that stick out, because I thought they were cool and it would be like a twist on Ed nose blended it, so maybe I can do something a little different. Just like another round of trying it, and it like worked pretty naturally to look like a blindside Wally. It's kind of like another little tribute to Ed throughout the years. And I think that's like important in skateboarding, that we like show respect to those that are before us and who inspire us. Well, I grew up in Santa Ana till I was 14, and then I moved to like Huntington Beach, which is like way different than Santa Ana. And I'm already like an immigrant, so I felt kind of like an outsider always a little bit, but like in Santa Ana, I felt more like at home. But all my friends lived in Huntington, so I claim that I grew up skateboarding in Huntington Beach. The city I live in now is Long Beach, California. It's really welcoming to like skateboarders and weird people, so I think a lot of people choose to live there. The classic that I grew up on, the formula is like you just go to kind of like the hot spot, or lately there's like Instagram spots that people seem to frequent a lot. I don't know if it's like my talent, but like I didn't have anything to like give to these spots. So I wanted to just like, as I got older, I'm like, maybe I'll just find my own types of things and do my own thing. I always say this, I swear to God, LA is like the hardest place in the world to skate. And it's like a curse to kind of like live in it, but it's like a blessing, because I guess you get to try to think differently and like apply that to LA. Like when I figure out the weirdest thing you could do there, it's like usually the spot that like tells me what I should do, which sounds weird. It's like when I was doing a lot of wall rides, I was like super into Polar and Pontus, and I'm like, dude, he's filming like a lot of wall rides. That's really sick. So then I would be like, what can I wall ride in like Orange County, LA, that not too many people wall ride? And then that same thing gets applied to like when I did the kickflip nail slide. I'm like, oh my God, imagine if there was like a handrail or a hubba that existed like that. So I would just keep lurking like how we did the other day, but till eventually like that spot just pops up. But those, yeah, in terms of that, yeah, me and Jordan just kind of do it privately. We just kind of like lurk, and then the weekend comes and we skate with Grant or Matt.
The weekend comes, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe he nose grinded up this. The rail's still here, so I thought like, what's a cool way to go down it? And pole jam's like the only way that I would skate this rail. I wore all yellow because I thought it was kind of sick because of that Brian Lottie frontside ollie photo. I combined the yellow with like the nose grind up it, but I went down it. So it was like a double tribute. Again, like kind of alluding to the past and like the time period that like inspires me so much. Finding these old spots and like movie locations from like old movies, it just seems like it's almost like that same kind of passion, but this one's for like skateboarding and the other one's just for like nostalgia. For those that understand that, like when they see it and everything clicks, it's just probably like a little bit more special.